It is that wonderful time of the year. Smuggler's Blues is going back into the water. Boating 2021 starts right here. So here she is, looking absolutely gorgeous. She's all been clean, varieted, anti-fouled, serviced. Huge amounts of money thrown at her as usual, but she's looking spot on and ready to go. So the next question is, take the covers off and see whether she starts. Certainly should do, hasn't let me down yet. Okay, so we have the boat all prepared, covers off. We've checked the bilges to make sure there's no water coming in. That's the very first thing that you do. And all is fine. And now we have the engine hatch up. And we'll see she starts. She's not been run since October, I think she came out, and it's now the end of March. So we turn the key and we cross our fingers. Here we go. She's alive. Took a second there, a little bit sleepy, but we're up and running. We'll give that a moment just to start warming up, just make sure there's nothing nasty coming into the bilges, any oil or coolant or anything. Certainly shouldn't be, of course, but it has just been serviced, so it's as well just to keep an eye on these things and make sure all is good. And so far, all is good. So I have Sue with me today. She's just getting the lines off, and then we're good to go. I think everything's running smoothly. Let's go boating. Okay. Yeah, go for it. Okay. We are both floating and boating. And this is the beautiful River Dart. Now Sue and I have a tradition of doing this in the pouring rain or howling gale, or preferably both. So it makes a very welcome change today to find it's nice and calm, no sign of rain, and I'm even forecasting a bit of sunshine later, so it could be a nice trip back round if all goes well. Fingers crossed. It is a very high tide on the River Dart this morning. You can just see the quay over there, and there's not much of it to be seen. There's only about a foot or two from the water to the top. That works well for us, of course. Well, we've reached Dartmouth. and it's all very lovely. It's so nice to be back on the water. Dartmouth is looking splendid, as it always does, and we're just starting to see the sun, I think, peek through. We might yet get a sunny run back to Torquay. Fingers crossed. This is the car ferry coming out here. There's two ferries across the river. When I say two, in fact, there's a lower ferry and a higher ferry, but the lower ferry has two actual ferries. So there's one there and there's another one just over there. So we're going to stop for the minute and let them do their thing, because they obviously manoeuvre with a degree of difficulty, although a massive amount of skill, it has to be said. So best to just keep out of their way while they're doing their crossing. They have a little tugboat, so I don't know whether you can see it. You can't from this side, but they have a tugboat on the other side of the pontoon, and that backs out and then swings around and motors it across. It's all very clever, but fascinating to watch them when the tide's running, because the way they bring them into the slipways, they sort of come across, crab across at an angle. It's actually called ferry gliding, and yeah, it's impressive to watch these guys manage these boats. See, the slipway is just in there and he's coming in at this angle because the tide is coming down, so he's compensating for it. And now you can see the tugboat alongside. There you go, he's in. That's a nice bit of boat handling. This is Kingswear over here. I've actually done a walking video of Kingswear. If you have a look at my channel for, I think, a River Dart Aquaholic, if you search for that, you'll find it. But it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I did the walk around Kingswear and right out to the headland and back. That was a nice morning's walk, very, very early in the morning. Well, it's bye-bye to the River Dart. Sue's at the helm. I'm just going to check the engine before we get much further, make sure everything is behaving itself down there. I'm sure it will be, but best to check. If you're wondering why my bucket has got ribbons on, it's because it was a present from Marianne and I've never taken them off. Yes, I know what you're thinking, she's a generous girl, but I did need a bucket. That's all looking good. No smoke, no water, nothing nasty, no oil that shouldn't be there. Excellent. This is speed restricted up through this bit, so we're just doing 6 knots out of here. Which, to be honest, if we opened up, I don't suppose anybody would mind, but we'll do it properly and head out to the harbour limits, and then we're free of speed limits. So 3 or 4 minutes and we'll be out and gone.
The further you get out, the slower it feels.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right. Oh yeah, something small, isn't it? I wouldn't put it past them.
Stay away from them.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple. Another one.
Probably is there. Okay, so I think we are about ready to pick her up onto the plane. So we're going to have a light look at the engine again. Just make sure everything's okay. Alright, so if you want to take up to about 2,500. We didn't quite get the sunshine that we promised, but it is good to be back on the water. We've just spotted a dolphin. First one of the season. There. I don't know whether you'll pick it up on the camera. In fact, I'll stop and put on a bit of zoom. Yeah, that's always the way, isn't it? I think they're camera shy.
It's definitely that way.
Yeah. And there is Berry Head. We are just coming back into the bay. It's good to be back. And we're being greeted by jet skis over here. They obviously heard I was coming. They know I'm a fan. But lovely to be out. It's lovely and calm today, very still. It's just been a very easy cruise up the coast, albeit a rather grey and chilly one. But hey, it's that time of year, you've got plenty of time for sunshine. So the last thing I like to do as we come back on the first trip is give it a maximum speed run for a couple of reasons. Firstly, it checks the health of the boat. If it's running to its maximum revs, then all is well. And of course it's clean at the minute underneath, so it's got its maximum performance with lower do. And the second reason is because it's bloody good fun. Here we go. So the speed is here, 20 knots at the minute. I don't know how well you can see that. Okay, here we go. Just peaking at 32 knots, which is exactly where she should be. She's doing 3,500 RPM, which again is absolutely spot on. Temperature's good, oil pressure is good, everything's good, and that is flying. Back down to cruise. There you go. Very nice. And here comes Torquay Harbour. And here we are, back once more in Torquay, ready for another season of fun. Good news. Ah, here's the Raptor. We've got a video of that fella on the channel. It's an absolute beast. Oh, he's a lovely, lovely boy. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Done a good job. Well done. And here we go. Just going to put it back in the berth now. So that's it. We just stopped filming for a second while I got the boat all in and tied up, since it's the first time for a little while. But all is well. Very pleased to be back in Torquay. I'm very much looking forward to a season of boating on the water and bringing you guys along. So we'll catch you on another one of these very soon. Take care. Bye bye.